Hey folks, and welcome to the Daily Ratings Weekly Movie News Podcast. This week's news brought to you by Don't Call It a Comeback. Yes, let's talk about some creeping comebacks into Hollywood. Will Smith will be back at work and hitting theaters, or at least Amazon streaming, alongside director David Gordon Green. That's right, the two are pairing up on Supermax, an action thriller following two FBI agents. Smith will be playing the one agent, and the other agent a female character called Supermax. That has not been announced yet. This will be Smith's kind of proper return to movies. David Gordon Green has directed a lot, including Pineapple Express and a lot of TV, specifically premiere comedy TV alongside Danny McBride. Supermax is going to be skipping movie theaters, though, and headed straight to streaming on Amazon. They're the ones who greenlit the project and gave it a budget at around $70 million. So we'll see what we get and if Smith can capitalize off of it after it comes out. And with that, after an 8-year absence from major movies, James Franco announced that he will be back as well. In fact, Franco was walking the red carpet over at Cannes Film Festival, and he told Deadline that he's going to be in a blockbuster from a big studio. Says it should be coming around next summer. And then, a day after that, it came out that indeed, Franco will be starring as the main villain in John Rambo, a Rambo prequel film, which I wasn't aware of at all. So, Will Smith and Dave Franco are looking to kind of get back in the picture again. We'll see how it actually goes for them, though, and what they continue to do after that. By the way, since it's a movie podcast, I should say that Cannes Film Festival is underway. I'll let you know if there's things to know. Most likely a lot of critical praise for a bunch of films that will likely just get limited releases in like 6 theaters in the U.S. at some point in time. But there's a couple that I kind of have my eye on, so we'll see what comes out of that. So first, everyone out there craving more Expendables movies? Anyone? Well, get ready. Lionsgate isn't quitting on this franchise yet because Expendables is in the works. That's right, Expendables will be an all-female lead badass cast, and it's going to be an original story set in the 90s. So no cast announcements yet, but many will come if it's going to be set up like the Expendables. And I found this very surprising because Expendables 4 did very badly at the box office, and I'm not sure what they're doing here. But yeah, get ready because Expendables will be a thing, and who knows how many we'll get in the end. Another announcement came from Peter Jackson, who has been very busy lately after being very quiet for a number of years. Jackson confirmed that he will be making another Tintin movie, and in fact, the script is already done. Jackson loved the adventures of Tintin growing up, and Spielberg said that Jackson was going to make a second film after Spielberg came out in his in 2011, but it just never materialized. So now Jackson says it's an active, real thing, and that he just loves being in the world of Tintin. So when we find out more, we definitely will be reporting on that. James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez have a secret movie that they're going to make. They plan to shoot the film in just like 17 days. We have no idea what this is, but these two do seem to be doing it. And whatever we get from Cameron and Rodriguez, it will be James Cameron's first major movie outside Pandora since Titanic, which is just crazy. 3 decades of just those blue people. We have some casting news on Brady Corbet's next film. Brady is a writer, director, and actor. He wrote last year's film, The Testament of Ann Lee, and then he wrote and directed The Brutalist from a year and a half ago. Brady has been teasing what sounds like a crazy movie. It's mainly set in the 1970s, but it covers a 150-year period, and it's about immigrants coming to California, I think. He says it's going to be 4 hours long and be rated NC-17. He's also shooting it on rare 65mm cameras. Don't forget, Brady also utilized VistaVision back when he made The Brutalist. Selena Gomez is going to be in it with Michael Fassbender, and Cate Blanchett will also be in it. Blanchett announced her casting while at Cannes. Her and Fassbender were just in last year's film, Black Bag, together. A very interesting movie here. It starts production this summer, so we'll probably get a 2027 release. And the cast list will probably grow closer to production because it sounds like a biggie. And lastly, just wanted to talk about a stop-motion animated film coming out. In our most anticipated films episode, I kind of threw out there that Laika Studios had a film, but the release was never really finalized, and they were pushing around the dates, and they might have not had distribution. Just news was very quiet about the whole thing. Now, though, a trailer has just been released, and it looks like distribution has been figured out because Wildwood from Laika Studios, the same studio that brought you Kubo and the Two Strings, will be coming out October 23rd this year. So that's pretty prime real estate, and that's a good sign. You know, Vin and I really like these guys. We're always rooting for them. The director, by the way, is Travis Knight, who has a busy year because he also directed the He-Man movie that's coming out in a couple weeks, and he directed Kubo and the Two Strings as well. So we look forward to seeing Wildwood October 23rd. And with that, let's jump on over to the box office for this past weekend. So the fifth highest grossing film was The Sheep Detectives, and that made $9.3 million. We then have Mortal Kombat 2 making $13.4 million. A newly released horror film, Obsession, that made $16.1. That did very well for how small of a budget that was. The Devil Wears Prada 2 came in second. That made $18 million. And then Michael taking the top spot again as the highest grossing film this weekend. That brought in $26.1 million. A worldwide total, just over $700 million for Michael. So you can definitely understand why we're going to be getting Michael 2. But coming up this Thursday, Vincent Daly will be watching, rating, and reviewing. So we have two films for you this week. Staying with Alfred Hitchcock, we have the renowned North by Northwest. Hitchcock directed that in 1959. And then that newly released horror film, Obsession, directed by Curry Barker. Excited to get Vince's take on that. Little Birdie told me that he was impressed by that one, so excited to get his take on it. But that's it for your weekly movie news here. We'll leave you today with a quote from an actor and a rapper, Will Smith. I'm a student of patterns. At heart, I'm a physicist. I look at everything in my life as trying to find the single equation, the theory of everything. And all right, folks, the Daily Ratings weekly movie news podcast, that was it. See you on Thursday.